Daymon John, a Think and Grow Rich success story. If you're a fan of Shark Tank, then the name, Daymon John, is not new to you. However, he is best known as the founder, president and CEO of FUBU. And as mentioned earlier, he appears regularly as an investor on the ABC reality television series Shark Tank. As of 2016, John had a net worth of $250 million. But it wasn't all a bed of roses for Daymon John. Born in Brooklyn but grew up in Queens, he began working at the tender age of 10, when his parents divorced. The entrepreneurial bug and spirit was instilled in him at an early age. John started FUBU in his mother's house. It was his mother that showed him how to sell and supported him by allowing her house to be taken over to grow the business. To make ends meet, John held a full-time job at Red Lobster, working on the FUBU business in between shifts. It was Napoleon Hill's classic, Think and Grow Rich, that gave Daymon the impetus to start his own business. This book has been a favorite of many of today's highly successful people. It was in 1937 that this bestseller was written by Napoleon Hill after he had studied over 500 of the wealthiest people of that day and age. This included Andrew Carnegie, Charles Schwab, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford and many others. Some people see this book as a personal development or self-help book, but in reality it is more of a documentary. An interview at CNBC, Daymon John revealed his top productivity trick that he learned from reading Think and Grow Rich and Napoleon Hill. "I do goal setting," John told CNBC. "The first time I read this book when was only 16 years old. But I immediately applied the 6 steps that will convert any idea into its financial equivalent. These steps are revealed in Think and Grow Rich on page 36. I always carry with me a list of 10 goals, each of which have deadlines. 6 of them expire in 5 months, John explained. 1 expires in 5 years, 1 expires in 10 years, and 1 expires in 20 years. I read them every night before I go to bed, so it's the last thing I think about, and I read them every morning when I wake up. These are goals, they are not daily to-dos, or appointments. Every 6 months I adjust my goals depending on what I've completed or the new projects that I'm considering. It's the repetition of these goals on a daily basis that leads us to their accomplishment. It's the use of auto-suggestion that helps us to create belief in ourselves, that we can accomplish these goals. So many people set New Year's resolutions and quickly abandon them. If you want to succeed, it's really simple. 1. Decide what you want. Be specific. A specific goal will produce a specific result. An indefinite goal will produce an indefinite result. 2. Put a deadline on. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. 3. Create a plan for achieving your goal even if it's not perfect. 4. Begin right away to implement this plan, and don't worry, as you move towards the accomplishment of the goal you will attract the people if you need the people, the money if you need the money, the ideas if you need the ideas. This is a fact. 5. Make sure that you review your goals as often as possible, at least twice each day, first thing in the morning and the last thing before you go to bed at night. More often if possible. It's the repetition of the same goal, the same purpose that leads to belief. And once that belief has been internalized, things begin to happen.